Hello, learners. This is Miss Wagner here. So today what we're talking about is we're trying to see if there's a spelling pattern. We're really going to be talking about the doubling rule. So for example, if you have the word run and then you want to add an ending onto it like ing, do you double up the consonant at the end or do you not and just do run and then add the ing on the end? So that's what we're talking about today. And we're going to, as we're learning, we're going to see that there are like these four main questions that you ask yourself. And if those questions are correct, then you do double the consonant. And it's really neat because learners, honestly, before doing this lesson for you now, I hadn't realized that those were the questions that you should ask yourself. And I typically would ask myself, am I supposed to double this? Am I not? So this is a great lesson to kind of be thinking about. So so let's kind of get our brains warmed up. And I'm going to read some words to you, and I want you to be thinking, do these words have one syllable, which means like one beat inside of the word, or do they have more than one syllable, like more than one beat? So for example, run, bat, walking, plot, joke, stir, happy. So in thinking about those words, the words that just had one syllable would be these: run, bat, plot, stir. Now, when we're looking at those, let's see if we can kind of see a pattern in those words. So we know that vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So looking at these words, how many consonants do you see at the end of each word right after the vowel? So here's one consonant after the vowel, one consonant after the vowel, one consonant after the vowel, one consonant after the vowel. Now we're going to kind of be thinking about, so it looks like a pattern could be that if it's a one-syllable word, you're going to kind of know because you're only going to see one consonant after the vowel. So that's something to be thinking about. Now we're going to be thinking about suffixes. And suffixes are, it's kind of like a chunk that you could put at the end of the word, at the end of a base word, and it'll change the meaning of the word. So I'm going to share some suffixes, and I want you to think to yourself, does the suffix begin with a vowel or does the suffix begin with a consonant? So for example, ing. Does ing begin with a vowel, or does the ing suffix begin with a consonant? Ing. The ing suffix begins with a vowel. So I'm going to put it on this side. What about ed? Ed. Does the suffix ed or d, does that begin with, well, really ed? Does ed begin with a vowel, or does the suffix ed begin with a consonant? The suffix ed begins with a vowel. So I'm going to put it over here. This one's tricky. Does the suffix begin with a vowel, or does the suffix begin with a consonant? The suffix begins with a vowel. What about li? Li. Does the suffix li begin with a vowel, or does the suffix li begin with a consonant? Li. The suffix li begins with a vowel. Or no, my bad. Sorry. Oh, Miss Wagner needs to wake up a little bit. Consonant. What about meant? Meant. Does the suffix meant begin with a vowel, or does the suffix meant begin with a consonant? Meant. Meant. The suffix meant begins with a consonant. Oops, let me put it up here further on our list. Meant. What about s? S. Does the suffix s begin with the vowel, or does the suffix s begin with a consonant? S. The suffix s begins with a consonant. What about N? Another tricky one. N. Does the suffix N begin with a vowel, or does the suffix N begin with a consonant? N. N. The suffix N begins with a vowel, N. What about, this is going to sound tricky. I'm going to kind of give you, so this one is the Y, the suffix Y, like the letter Y, the suffix letter Y. Would that be a vowel suffix or a consonant suffix? Y. So we're going to put the Y on the consonant suffix side. The Y is going to go on the consonant suffix side. I know sometimes it's a vowel, but in terms of suffixes, we think of it more like a consonant. Full. Is the suffix full, does it begin with a vowel, or does the suffix full begin with a consonant? Full. Full. The suffix full begins with a consonant. So the reason why we're practicing identifying how many syllables are in a word and identifying how many suffixes, or not how many suffixes, but if the suffix begins with a vowel or consonant, is because we're going to be using that to help us figure out if a word should have, if we should double up the consonant or not to a word that we're adding a suffix onto the end. So for example, we have the base word when. So this is considered the base word. I'll just highlight it. Here's our base word. We have the base word when, and we want to add ing onto the end. Now to decide if we should put an N, like double up the N here or not, we have to ask ourselves 3 questions. And if the answer is yes to all 3, then yes, we do double up the consonant. So taking a look at the first step, is the base word 1 syllable? When. Yeah, it's 1. I only did 1 clap. When. So yes, it is 1 syllable. So I'm going to put, you're going to let me write? I'm going to put, how about, I'm going to highlight. How about I do that? Will you let me highlight? No. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so how about this? I'm just going to use my fingers. So for that one, it's a yes. Does the base word have 1 vowel? So here's our base word. Is there just 1 vowel here? This is the only vowel in our base word. Yes. So that's a second yes. Does the base word end in a consonant? Again, here's our base word. Does it end in a consonant? Yes. This is a consonant. It's ending with a consonant. 3 yeses. Does the suffix begin with a vowel? So now we're on the suffix side. And how about we change that color? So here's our suffix. I'm going to make it green. Suffix. We'll have the suffix be green. So looking at the suffix, and we're at 3 yeses. Suffix. Does the suffix begin with a vowel? I is a vowel. And there's our 4 yeses. If all 4 answers to the questions are yes, the final consonant of the base word is doubled. So then we would, I'm going to say that it equals, let me get rid of the highlighting. No highlighting. I'm going to say equals, so we have when, but we're going to double the consonant because all 4 questions are yes. So there's my doubled up consonant. Here's my double. And then I'm going to add my ing, my ing. So how about I'll make my double, let's turn it blue. So there's so this one, yeah, the doubling rule tells us yes, we do need to double it because we got 4 yeses. Let's try the next one. We have run plus ing. Okay, let's ask ourselves those 4 questions. Oh, and let me highlight just to make it even easier. So here's my base word. I'm going to highlight it in yellow. Is the base word 1 syllable? Run. That's 1 yes. Does the base word have one vowel? A U is a vowel. 2 yeses. Does the base word end in a consonant? Here's a consonant. Yes. Does the suffix, okay, so now I'm going to come over here to my suffix. Let me make it blue so that you can clearly see it. So here's my suffix. Does the suffix begin with a vowel? Yes. So 4 yeses means that we double the consonant. So let me put equals, and I'm going to say run, double my consonant, double N, and then ing. And I'm going to change this to green. We'll say green means, oh, I changed my colors by accident. I'm sorry, guys. So this one should be green. And then I'm going to make this one blue. That way you can clearly see that I've doubled my consonant. Okay, let's try another one. Bat plus Okay, let's see if we can get 4 check marks. Is the base word one syllable? Well, let me highlight the base word. Here's my base word. Is it one syllable? Bat. Yes. Does the base word have one vowel? Here's my vowel, an A. Yes. Does the base word end in a consonant? Here's a consonant. Yes. Does the suffix begin with a vowel? And here's my suffix. I'm going to turn it green. Does the suffix begin with a vowel? Yes. So all 4 yeses means double the consonant. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to say equals bat, double that consonant, And just so you can see what we've doubled, I'm going to place this here. All right, let's try another one. Shipment. Shipment. All right, let's check. Do we double the consonant? Is the base word one syllable? Ship, one syllable. Does the base word have one vowel? Yes. Does the base word end in a consonant? Yes. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. I need to highlight. This is our base word, right? Base word. Now, we have 3 yeses so far. Does the suffix begin with a vowel? So let me turn this into green. Here's our suffix. Does that begin with a vowel? Does it begin? No. So do we double this? No. So ship plus ment equals ship, no doubling of the consonant, meant. So you have to get all 4 yeses in order for it to be a yes. Let's try the next one. So our next one is plotted. Okay, so base word, highlight. Is the base word one syllable? Yes. Does the base word have one vowel? Oh, wait, let me check. Plot, yep, one syllable. Does the base word have a vowel? Yes. Does the base word end in a consonant? Yep, right here. Yes. Does the suffix begin with a vowel? Here's my suffix. Green. Does this begin with a vowel? Yes. So all 4 yeses means double the consonant. So I'm going to plot, double my consonant, plotted, plotted. Now I'm going to make sure that I turn this, just so you can see my doubled up consonant looks like that. So when you're trying to decide if a word should have if you should double up the consonant of a word when you're adding the suffix, you must ask yourself these 4 questions. First question is the base word one syllable? Because if the base word's not one syllable, it's a no, you don't double it. Second question you ask, does the base word have one vowel? Does the base word have one vowel? Because if it has more than one vowel, you don't double the consonant. Third question you ask yourself, does the base word end in a consonant? If it doesn't end in a consonant, then there's really no consonant to double. And the last question you ask yourself, does the suffix begin with a vowel? So when we're thinking about adding, does the suffix, and we're talking about this part, does it begin with a vowel? Does it begin with a vowel? So let's come back to that chart. So that kind of tells us these that don't begin with vowels, then you don't double up the consonant when you add those on there. All right, learners. So now that you understand the rules when it comes to doubling up consonants, make sure you ask yourself those 4 questions. Thank you, learners.